255. So let's see how sharp we can get this. Certainly down below 200 is the goal, but we'll see. Welcome back. I know it's been a little while. However, I have been spending time investing my time, energy, and money into trying to bring even better content to this channel. So the first upgrade I made was to a new camera. You notice probably a much cleaner picture. That should hopefully provide lots of great content for years to come. And I'll keep on showing more and more things as I go along. But there was certainly a learning curve with getting a new camera, figuring it out. And I appreciate your patience while I got up and running again. So today we are going to try and improve a Bess test score from the mid 200s on my Schwarz knives Overland X. This is a really fun knife. I highly recommend it. It's super sharp. This is a MagnaCut steel, so we're going to be using diamonds to sharpen our knife. We're going to start with the 400 grit, and we will probably stop at the 1000 or 3000 grit stone. So come with me, let's get to sharpening. So one reason that we've got to bring this back down to a 400 grit after, let's say I finish this on a 1000 grit, it's best to go back down to a lower grit than where you left off, because let's say that there's any nicks. Let's say there's any nicks or dings in the knife, and I don't see any. But we want to get down to a starting scratch pattern that's going to remove enough material to give us a brand new fresh edge. So we're going to start on this 400 here. And an angle on a knife like this is going to be probably close to 22 to 25 degrees, because this is an outdoor knife. It's meant for camping, survival. It can be used tactically as well, but it needs a slightly steeper angle than, say, a kitchen knife, because it's usually not going to be as easy to resharpen this out in the field, unless you have a great field sharpener, which those nowadays exist. But it's going to help you keep an edge longer while you're out in the outdoors, in the woods. And then it's also gonna give you a longer lasting edge. Which may have been what I just said. The edge isn't going to be as likely, the apex isn't going to be as likely for the edge to roll. Okay. And now we're going to do forward alternating passes to work the burr off. All right. So we'll wipe off the 400 grit. And we're going to go to the, you know what, we'll go to the 600 grit next. Because we have one. There's a 600 grit. I was feeling for the burr there, which I didn't do on the 400. I've just gotten, I got lazy, to be honest with you. I should have checked for the burr. I should always check for the burr to make sure. That way at the end, if there are any problems, I know that it wasn't due to myself missing an apex. But if I'm on the 600 here and I feel the burr, that will be also sufficient to proceed forward. So I'm feeling for the burr, which I've got all the way down the length. And now we're going to do forward alternating strokes to minimize and reduce the burr. So forward alternating strokes, getting lighter and lighter as you go, with lighter and lighter pressure as you continue on until you really shouldn't feel a significant burr on either side because what you're doing is removing the burr, the majority of the burr, and then you're kind of standing it up so it's sticking up from the blade. But you're removing the majority of that. So we are done with the 600. Let's move on. All right, so now we're on to the 1000 grit stone. Spray some water on here. A lot of people sharpen dry, and there's nothing wrong with that. I find that if you can sharpen with water and don't mind it, if you've got a dedicated station like I do, and towels, and it doesn't make a big mess, water generally helps because it helps to float, allow the metal to stay afloat or buoyant in the liquid, and therefore is not clogging up the diamonds or blinding the diamonds. So but largely it comes down to personal preference. There isn't a wrong or right way when it comes to using water or sharpening dry. However, there are stones out there that absolutely require water or oil for sharpening. So check your stones, the manufacturer of your stones recommendations. Some stones require to be soaked for a period of 5, 10, 15 minutes before sharpening. I've got a burr on this side. I did not check again. I know it's a bad habit, but what's happening is I know that I'm doing a sufficient number of passes just based on experience to know that I am creating a burr, or so I think anyways. Okay, so we're going to stop at the 1000 grit. We're going to wipe this off, dry it, and then we're going to strop it. So I'm going to start on a 4 micron strop. Let me put this 1000 away. Okay. You want to do alternating trailing passes, getting lighter and lighter as you go. And then it's recommended that you wipe your blade off in between the strops if you're using a diamond paste like I am, so that you're not cross-contaminating 4 micron diamonds into your 1 micron diamond strop. All right, that was a 1 micron. Next is a 0.25 micron strop. You don't want to push hard when you're stropping. You're just kind of letting the weight of the knife, that's kind of your starting point, is just the weight of the knife, maybe a touch more when you're starting, and then you're actually reducing so you have less than the weight of the knife going on it, going across the strop. So we'll dry that off, or clean that off. And let's take a peek. We'll set that down gently and set up the Bess tester for our next shots. 142. So good improvement. We're back to very sharp on this knife, and we'll flip back over for the conclusion. So this is the Overland X by Schwarz Knives. We started in the low to mid 200 grams on the Bess test, and got it down to the 140, 150 range, with just a fun little sharpening experiment. So yes, this is just getting back into the sharpening and camera work, hopefully bringing you even better content. And the Bess tester was one of the other new things that I got that was very much on my list of things to buy. So I greatly appreciate your patience while I had to learn how to use a higher end camera other than just my phone and iPad. While those are still great tools, I'm hoping to bring the best experience to your eyes while I do sharpening videos, knife videos, things like that. So I appreciate you watching this as well, and look forward to more of your comments, ideas, feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. And as always, damn for all out.